The devil is trying to ruin your life right now. And he's trying to ruin your life in a way that you don't even realize. I'm here to tell you this. Yes, of course, God, he's not going to put you through nothing that you can't handle. But also, we got to realize this. The devil is alive, and he will do his work. He will do his work to take over you or try to take over you. And this is why faith in God is so important. I'm here to tell you, if you're going through a lot of stuff in life right now, you have to remember this. These challenges, these setbacks, they're bound to happen. You can't get discouraged because you have a setback. You can't get discouraged because you have trials and you have tribulations, because at the end of the day, that's just life. And that's why we put faith in God. One thing I noticed with the devil, like, he's going to try to make you feel like you're a nobody. He's going to try to make you feel like you're just terrible and, nothing is going to work out in your favor. But at the end of the day, if you follow God and God is your foundation, stuff will work out, and that's why you have to keep faith in God. That's why you have to put trust in God, because God is going to guide you out of your situation. The devil will try to send people that are going to attack you. I mean, you're going to start to notice it's a lot of people in your life, and you have to ask, are they benefiting you? Are they really leading you into a good position? Or are they just negative influences? Or are they people that don't want to see you win and they just want to tear you down as a person? You're even going to notice that you're going to have a lot of loved ones and close ones leave your life. You're going to have a lot of loved ones and close ones judge you or try to bash you for what you do, or just try to speak down on you, gossip on you. But at the end of the day, you got to remember this. If you're chasing God, you're trying to put God first, or you're just trying to become a better person, the devil's not worried about the people he already has, or the people who are lost and the people who don't want to do better for themselves. He's worried about the people who are trying to do better for themselves, who are trying to grow, who are trying to become a better person. Something you got to realize is just, it's life. Life is unfair, and you got to learn how to really just overcome these challenges. Honestly, I can say this from personal experience. I went through so many things that hurt me. I went through so many things that were tearing me down as a person. But if I didn't continue to get up, if I didn't continue to grind, if I didn't continue to put into work, I would not have gotten to this position where I'm at right now. I'm talking landing sponsorship deals, landing brand deals, making thousands of dollars now monthly. I wouldn't be able to be in this position. I give all glory to God, but, it was me getting up. It was me still pushing. It was me still striving, because at the end of the day, I knew that I have a purpose on this earth. I knew that I was going to make it. I knew that I was going to become a better person, regardless of my situation. And I could be vulnerable with you guys. It was times where literally I was crying, because I was like, you know what? I just don't know if it was going to work out. But then I realized, man, doubt is a real thing. And the devil is going to put so much doubt into your head. But you just have to remember who your God is. You have to remember what you're doing this for, why you're doing this, your reason, your purpose. And at the end of the day, if you know that you have a purpose on this earth, if you know that you're bound to become a better person, and you're reminding yourself that, look, this is what I'm doing, I am trying to grow, then continue to grow. Continue to chase the better version of yourself, even if you have a lot of doubt, even if people leave your life, even if you get judged. One thing I can say is, too, a lot of people are going to hate on what you're doing. A lot of people are going to judge you for what you're doing. But at the end of the day, they are not in your position. They don't know the stuff that you go through. They don't know the battles that you face. They don't know none of that. A lot of people can sit up here and say, oh, I know you, Nate, or Nate, this is not you. You don't know me, and they don't know you. At the end of the day, they don't know what you think about when you wake up. They don't know what you think about when you go to sleep. They don't know what you think about while you eating in the middle of the day. So this is something that you also got to take into consideration. Other people's perspective on you does not matter. The only perspective that matters is literally God's perspective. Well, how does God see you? Does God see that you're actively trying? Does God see that you're putting faith in Him, that you're living by Him, living by His word? You know what I mean? Asking for forgiveness, trying to change your ways, trying to become a better person. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people do call God corny, but God builds a foundation. God builds stability. So one thing I can say is, me following the Bible, me starting to live for God, I start to realize, man, I have so much more peace. And I'm not saying it like I'm a perfect man, because a lot of people could say, well, Nate, you lied at times and you still sin and you're not perfect. Following God is not about being perfect, but it's literally about actively trying to become a better person. You realize God has these rules, and God gives us like advice in a way, and He gives us these set of scriptures because He knew the problems that we have. He knew the problems that we're going to have. He knows all of these things. I could go on and on and on. So anytime you have a problem with something, you can literally go to scripture about it, and there's going to be an answer for it. So it's literally like a life manual. It's literally like, okay, anytime you have a problem with something, I could just go read my word. So that's what I live by, and I'm starting to realize every time I live by the word, every time I live by God, I start to feel more fulfilled. I start to feel more love, because I realize chasing the world and chasing worldly things just doesn't fulfill you. you. It doesn't bring you peace. It doesn't bring you joy. It just makes you feel so unhappy with your life. Time after time, I realized the people I surrounded myself with, if they were so worldly, bro, and it was like they were so lost in just, going to parties and going to the club, like, that was never me. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Like, I don't go to no high school parties. I never did. I never cared for it, you know what I mean? Because it was just like, I knew the negative influences that came with it. I knew the stuff that came with it. And it was like, why would I put myself in that position when I'm trying to become a better person? Why would I put myself in a position when I know that these people don't even bring me true fulfillment? Another thing you have to realize is you have value on this earth, so you have to respect your value. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, let's be realistic. Going to the club and going to parties are not going to benefit you. And that's why I say the devil is trying to ruin your life, because the devil runs all of these things. The devil runs these parties, these clubs, and all these other things, because at the end of the day, what are clubs filled with? They're filled with negativity. What are parties filled with? They're filled with negativity. They're filled with lust. They're filled with anger. They're filled with greed. They're filled with pride. There's so much things. Like, when you go to these parties, it's like you sense it. So it's like you are who you hang around, and you are your environment. I mean, it's just, you got to be careful what you do, who you hang around, how you handle certain situations. Another thing I'm learning is just being more patient, you know what I mean, and trying to grow more in God's spirit. Now, what do I mean by that is I have a lot of problems that I face now. Like, for example, I would tell y'all straight up, I have a lot of problems when it comes to crashing out about personal things. I really crash out about literally anything, but I had to learn how to just calm down. Even now, I'm doing better at it, and I'm more patient. I'm more forgiving, I'm more loving, but it is times where somebody would try me and I would just crash out. But then I realized if I'm trying to do better and I'm trying to live for God, then I gotta be, how does it go? I gotta be slow to anger, slow to speak, and quick to listen, because at the end of the day, you never know. You could say something and it could ruin a relationship, or you could do something off emotions and it could ruin your relationship. So that's why I say, literally, you have to watch what you're doing. And that's why I say reading the word and just, praying to God and building that relationship with God is the best thing that you can do, because it builds that foundation. It builds you as a person. It builds you as a character. I mean, you start to notice that you grow in many aspects. I tell anyone this, you can read the Bible for 30 days straight, and I promise you, if you actually apply what you learn from the Bible, you'll become a better person. You start to feel healed. You start to be fulfilled. Another thing is too, God sees intention. So a lot of folks be saying, well, Nate, you're still not a perfect person, and you still sin, and God knows my heart. God knows that I'm trying to do better every single day. So it's like, how are you trying to bash me for what I do? Yet you also sin. Yet you also do all these things. So remember this. Don't get discouraged if people try to make you feel bad because you was imperfect back then and you do a couple things now, because at the end of the day, God knows your intention. God knows that you're trying to do better for him. God knows that you're really trying to put this world to the side and you're trying to grow in spirit. So I'm telling you this. Don't get discouraged, because the devil is really working. I don't know what it is now, but I noticed this because I'm talking with a lot of people. And, I have a lot of successful people that are in my friend group now, because I'm surrounding myself more with successful people. And they're all telling me the same thing. They're going through it. They're stressed out. They're tired. They feel sad. And, it's just a lot of depression going on in their mindset. And a lot of people don't tell you this. Mental health is a real thing. Realize this. It's good to heal. It's good to really take care of yourself, to really heal on yourself, because if you don't take care of your mental health, you're really going to be hurt for the rest of your life. I mean, you're going to be lost. And that's why I say God is the best source, the best medicine, because I can say this personally. Every single day when I fight mental health or I'm trying to do better, I just go to God. God is my medicine. You know what I mean? When I don't have the answers to stuff, when I'm crying, when I'm hurt, when I feel like I'm just a terrible person, I go to God, and God brings me that reassurance. So I'm going to say this. Take care of your health. Take care of your mental. Don't let the devil win. Don't let the devil, try to ruin your life. Don't let the devil try to convince you that you're just such this terrible person, because I promise you, you're not. God sent you here with purpose. God sent you here for a reason. So you have to remember this. You are an amazing person with value. Don't let anybody try to speak down on you. Don't let anybody try to judge you. Don't let anybody try to sit up here and just gossip on your name. At the end of the day, don't pay them no mind. Focus on you. Focus on what you got going on. Chase your dreams. Chase your goals. Main of all, chase God, because that's what truly matters. And I know you can succeed. Now listen, y'all, I love you guys, and I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I am going to end it here. It's around 9 minutes, but I am starting a coaching program, and I'm actually building a classroom where I'm going to be teaching you guys step by step on how to go up with social media, how to make thousands of dollars online, how to land brand deals, how to land sponsorship deals. I want you guys to follow me on Instagram. It's Nate Yaps1. DM me that you want to learn, and I promise you, I'm gonna text you back, and you could get into this coaching program, or you could come into the classroom, and I mean, you're gonna grow. I mean, if you always wanted to do content, if this is something that you always wanted to do, I feel like you should take this opportunity. Don't be afraid of trying something new, because with me, I tried something new, and it took me far. Now I'm able to travel. I just went to Miami last week. You know, I've been traveling a whole lot. I actually went to Texas not too long ago. So I love it. I'm so grateful that I have this opportunity now. So if you know that content is something that you always wanted to do, and also I forgot to say this, I have sponsorships now that are willing to pay people right now. They're trying to look for people. So I told them, if I have some serious people, I'll be willing to give it to them, and they're going to start paying you literally $500 a month. So if this is something that you want to do, I want you to DM me on Instagram and tell me that you're willing to learn. Other than that, you guys, I'm going to see you in the next video.